acquired through like some sort of pay-per-view kind of thing, or how is it broadcast in Australia?
Yeah. Pay TV, cable television,
Gotcha.
which is nowhere near as prevalent down here as it is up there, over there. So it's been picked up by Fox Broadcasting station down here, basically.
Yeah, I think they carry it through most of the foreign markets, or what we would consider foreign market stuff anyway.
So how much longer are you gonna have to wait for season 2? Do you know?
I don't. Like I said, we got season 1 honestly earlier this year, I think, on TV, which meant I was able to pick it up on DVD after that. So I don't honestly know when they're going to televise season 2, which means they can release season 2 on DVD and Blu-ray. So.
Now, have you guys gotten the Walking Dead video game down there yet, or is that released at a different time?
Don't know, mate. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, don't know.
Well, when it comes out, check it out because it's very cool.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. For it earlier this week somewhere. Yeah, it looks very cool. Yeah.
So other than episode 5 of season 1, what did you like most? What did you dislike most?
Yeah, I loved it all. I've got to be honest. When Rick first comes back in the can from town and sees Laurie and Carlton first time, like I might lose some man credit here, but I teared up. I just loved it. I knew it was coming. I'd seen it before, but it just gets me. And it got me honest. The first time it got me, I was sitting there watching it the other night. I just love it. It's a really great moment. Yeah, I think just before that, where Rick's stuck in the tank and I'm going to say you've done us in the tank.
That's fine.
Yeah, you know, to say you've done us in the tank. I still laugh at that. And just one last thing I was reminded is the guy that's in the tank there with Rick. I remember, I don't know if you guys posted it, but there was an interview with that guy where he was sort of talking about how Frank Darabont had wanted to write a whole backstory that sort of showed who he was and how he got there. And just reminded what a shame it was he might not get to see that now as well. So yeah, no, just love the whole show, and I was really happy that I was able to watch it with you and showing it look away once or twice, but there was some zombie killing moments.
Nice. Well, tell her she hasn't seen anything yet.
Yeah. It took her some convincing when the show opened with I don't know, an 8-year-old girl, zombie girl getting shot, and then the forward back and the forward line, like kind of thing. She said, "What have I got into?" I said, "No, it's okay." So yeah, but no, like she did enjoy it. There was a few times she said, "I'll look away and sing out when when the zombie killing's done." She didn't watch again one of the great scenes where they right at the end they break out the CDC and Meryl's got Max and lost the zombie's head. I think it was brilliant. She didn't see that quick stuff.
Yeah, that was a zombie kill that episode, I think.
Yeah,
maybe even that whole season. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. I saw a video once upon a time that had the just about every zombie kill, and I think that's up there with this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Russell. Just real quick. Are there other shows that you watch from AMC? Are there other American shows that you're into? What are you digging?
Well, bit of cross promotion. I was digging out Traps. Not AMC. Yeah, again, we're about 3 weeks behind you guys on that, but we got that down here, and I was loving that. Yeah, I don't watch a great deal of TV at the minute, just for any number of reasons. But I was loving out Traps. And apart from that, again, bit sad to admit, I love Survivor. I'm a Survivor buff. And
there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, dude. That is the greatest reality TV show that there has ever been.
Well, the mole was awesome.
The mole's stupid.
Yeah, you can have it.
We've had that. What happens down here is, there's Survivor, but then we get an Australian version of Survivor. So, they only try it once or twice. It's the same with the mole. We had our own mole, and we've got the Australian Apprentice, and so a lot of shows like that we take and make our own.
That's cool.
Nice. It's not called Survivor in Australia. It's called Survivor.
That's a really again.
Survivor, mate. That's a bad accent.
What did they do? Wasn't there a few seasons of Survivor, the American version, set in Australia?
I think there's at least
we had one. I think one of the very early seasons was down here.
Yeah, it was like one of the first 3, I think. So was that considered? I guess it was still considered the American version, not the Australian version. But
yeah. And it was right around that time. We only had a handful of Australian survivors, but that was when they released it. It was right after they had Survivor Australian Outback or whatever it was, and so
very cool.
Yeah.
I just want to really thank you for all the support over the years, man. You've been like fan number 1, 1A. Like the Billy Preston, your Beatles and stuff. So I just want to thank you for all the support all over the years, and thanks, man.
Oh, look, my pleasure. I love the shows. I started with you guys with Watchmen, and then after about 6 months of hearing Halfway Presents, Halfway Presents, Legion Good, I'll probably go check this Halfway thing out, and like I said, grab the whole heap of the archive and go into that, and then just followed ever since. I mean, I think I said before, you produce a really high quality show, and just you've got Gibbons to answer questions for. You've got Iron Singleton, you've got the Dixon brothers, Norm Reisman, not to have not watched together. Anyway, you've got the big interviews, and I think that's just the volume of the quality of the show you guys produce, and I love it. I really do.
Oh, thanks.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to listen as much as it is for you guys to know that I listen, I guess.
Kind words. Thanks very much, man.
Yeah, and Brad, and like for you specifically, mate, I know, it seems every few months on Halfway Wasted saying, why do we do this? Do people care? People like it? I mean, on behalf of all of us, definitely, the whole network, but Halfway Wasted, it's its own unique thing. And if there's people listening to Walking Dead, don't listen to Halfway Wasted. I highly recommend it. I mean, it's just a couple of guys that talk about, life, and it's funny, and it's I highly recommend it. I can't describe Halfway Wasted without saying, just go ahead and listen to it.
That's very kind. I'm going to have to put extra postage on that check to send you now.
Yeah, and Australian dollars, it's fine because US ones aren't worth much.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, speaking of money, you got to be paying out the nose to call us, so man, we really appreciate that.
Yeah, no, like my pleasure, guys. It just worked out that, it just worked out. So I've been wanting to call in for a while, and happy to, really.
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time and spending the money to do so, man. We really appreciate that.
No, like I said, I mean, if it can be a token, how much free answer. I appreciate you guys. We'll stop stroking each other's backs for a while, and
all right, man. Take care, and keep protecting the future for us, okay?
Yeah, look, if anything goes wrong, I'll let you guys know immediately.
Okay, all right, thanks, man. All right, bye-bye.
Right, take care, guys. Take care,
Alan.
Bye.
Peace. Bye.
That's awesome. I must say that is a real treat. That puts a smile on my face. Yeah,
what a great dude, and we got a chance to talk to him. That was great.
Yeah, I mean, he's like Jim said, he's been around for a long time, listening to all our shows, and I guess how long has the Legion of Dudes been around?
Well, we're coming up on episode 193, so almost
4 years.
4 years, yeah. I think September will be 5, I think.
How long?
That's been following
before,
us since the Watchmen shows. So.
Yeah, and that was about a year into Half Hour Wasted or so. Maybe I don't even remember. It might have been less than that, but no, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. It's awesome to be able to. I'm speechless. I mean, that's a lot of money to spend to call another country to talk to a bunch of Nimrods.
So is it October yet?
It's getting there. I mean, we're at as of when this comes out, it'll be either the last day of April or the first day of May. So I mean, we're well on our way.
So what do
I
you?
would like to say that my Halloween costume this year is combining my two favorite television shows, The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. I'm going to be Zombie Ned Stark.
Awesome.
Nice.
So I'm going to throw something out here impromptu. I put this on Facebook. John didn't get a chance to tweet it out earlier, but for the best caller of the night, and I'm just going to determine this at random, or who I feel is the best caller. I still have my Walking Dead season 1 Blu-ray set sitting around. So whoever ends up being the best caller, I'm gonna ship that out to him.
I'm keeping a list.
As am I.
Okay, good.
So Brad, you started to say something about movies before we got a call. Do you remember what you were trying to say?
Well, we had talked about the Avengers briefly, and oh yeah, are you guys? Have you? I mean, it's not Walking Dead related. If you guys don't mind, I don't mind. Have you seen the new international release trailer for Prometheus?
I've heard to stay away from it because it might give away too much of the story. So I'm avoiding it right now. But everything I've seen of that movie looks awesome so far.
That trailer was freaking awesome, but part of me wishes I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, I'm gonna steer clear. I'm kind of in a. It's funny. I'm kind of in a zone right now where I'm staying away from a lot of stuff. It seems like every day there's another Avengers spot. I'm steering clear because I'm afraid that they're gonna chew up all the one-liners and really quippy stuff. With that, so I'm staying away from that. I'm staying away from the Prometheus stuff. So there's a lot of stuff I'm just kind of steering clear because I want to go in with a little bit more of an open mind with it. I'm anxious to. On the flip side, though, I am anxious to see the new Dark Knight Rises trailer with the Avengers because we haven't really gotten a whole lot of story plot related to the Dark Knight Rises. It's been a lot of speculation and rumor and hearsay and things like that. So I'm not shying away from that.
Are you guys? I'm sorry, I just thought of something you said earlier, Russell. You said you still had your season 1 Blu-ray.
I do.
Did you mean DVD or Blu-ray?
No, Blu-ray.
Oh, you mean the non-special edition version?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Okay, great. And I forgot where I was going to go next with the movie talk.
Was it Cabin in the Woods? Because I know you love that as much as we did.
It wasn't it, but yeah, I mean, I've seen it twice. It was freaking awesome.
Yeah,
We're
for
almost
listeners
coming
who
to
haven't checked it out,
an end. Brad and I both like a movie.
Now, Jim, we've had this conversation before. There's a handful of things you and I both enjoy.
I know, it's just funny.
I know. Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I mean, it was, and we Half Hour Wasted has a spoiler review episode coming out this coming Monday, so we talk about it, a lot there. But
we also have one coming out Thursday.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
we put it like in a spoiler zone, so it's like tacked on at the end of the episode, so that if anybody wanted to bail out, they could bail out. But
well, we in the episode of Half Hour Wasted that just came out today or last night, as a matter of fact, we said, hey, next week we're going to talk all about Cabin in the Woods. So you haven't seen it, you got a whole another week to go see it. And then we recorded our episode about that. And we just spoiled the whole dang thing. It's so hard to talk about that movie without sounding like, it's so hard to, even if you're spoiling it, it's hard to talk about that movie and to explain it without sounding like a complete idiot.
Yep.
For our listeners who haven't checked it out yet, do yourself a favor. If you like horror, if you like comedy, go out, see it before it's out of theaters. It's a great movie to see with a crowd if you can find one. Just absolutely brilliant and so much fun.
And there's a lot of zombie ties to it, so so it's relevant.
And I guess you're right. I was gonna say, even if you don't like horror movies, this one is different enough. Right from the beginning, right in the first 5 minutes, you're like, something's off here. What is going on?
There's too many people in ties.
And then you spend the whole entire movie trying to figure out, how does the A plot drive with the B plot? I'm just not seeing this, and then it just hits you in the face, and you're like, wow. I mean, it's that great.
Absolutely, and co-written by Joss Whedon, who wrote and directed The Avengers. So
yeah,
it's applicable to all kinds of things.
During one of our last calls, we had a familiar number pop up a couple of times. Turns out it was Johnny M calling in, just to check up on us and make sure we were doing our job.
He just wanted to make sure we're not screwing up.
I guess. So John, we don't need you. We can do this alone.
We often do.
Thank you, Jim. See, we're Steve Martin buddies.
Hell yeah, buddy.
So you weren't here for our season 2 wrap up, like I mentioned before, Brad. Anything you want to add about season 2? What you thought about it in general?
Well, now having some time to reflect on it, my feelings really haven't changed any. Generally speaking, maybe certain details. Like I think at first I was maybe a little disappointed that Carl didn't actually kill Shane, but like I said, in retrospect, that doesn't bother me now. But as far as my general feelings over the whole season, I really think the first half of the season blew. I mean, I still do. And the second half, I thought was tons better, especially the last 4 episodes. There were gems in every episode. There really were, don't get me wrong. And there were some nice character moments. Because like we've said a million times before, some of the comic book issues that come out, if there are any zombies in them, there's only one. I mean, there's some that, I venture to say there's some that there aren't any zombies in whatsoever. But and what makes those comic book issues so good, regardless of the fact that there aren't any zombies, is because of the characters. And there were lots of really good character moments in season 2. I think the main problem was the Sophia storyline just dragged out way too long. It could have been done in half the time, possibly even less. But it gave us moments to explore characters, and yes, that's important.
Do you think it was odd, Brad, that, and I know we talked a little bit about this, but I'm curious to get your thoughts, that what we were so concerned about, especially during the break, was the firing of Frank Darabont and the effect that would have on the show. And we know that he was still showrunner for the first half of the season, had a pretty heavy hand in the first half of the season, but yet we're pretty universal in our love of the second half of the season versus the first half, and knowing that Mazzara had a heavier hand in the second half of the season than the first. Do you think it was kind of interesting how that kind of played itself out?
I'm actually, Russ, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you're asking me.
I guess what I'm saying is we were concerned that the show was going to suck after Darabont's influence was removed, and it seems like we had the opposite reaction.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I zoned out a minute there, I guess. But no, it was a pleasant surprise. I'll be the first to admit. I was like, Frank Darabont's leaving. This is the worst possible thing that could happen to the show. In retrospect, I'm using that word a lot tonight. It may be the best thing that's happened to the show. Because the things I've heard from Glenn Mazzara, in the last half of the season, and since then on Twitter and seeing things and reading interviews with him and stuff, I really think this guy gets it. And as good as Frank Darabont was, especially in the first season, now that Glenn Mazzara has season 2 under his belt and he learned a few things, learned what to do, learned what not to do, I have a feeling that he may outshine Frank Darabont in the long run once this show is all over. So yeah, it was weird the way it turned out. I'm just as shocked as anybody would be about enjoying Glenn Mazzara's work as much as I did. Now, but then I always forget to myself. I always forget, and I have to say to myself, Glenn Mazzara did The Shield on FX, and that show kicked my ass. Yeah. That show was so damn good.
Yeah.
And if he can do it once, why couldn't he do it again? We were all just so thrilled to death that Frank Darabont seemed to be so excited about this project. And you want somebody to be excited about your project. How many of us weren't thrilled that Joss Whedon is directing the Avengers? None of us, because we know he gets it. We know he's excited about it. So when Darabont came in, we were like, yes, and we read the interviews and we heard him talking about it, and you could see it in his face about how excited he was. We were so happy. We were convinced that we were in good hands. And then Darabont leaves, and Glenn Mazzara comes in, and we're like, oh, geez, now the number 2 guy's got it. So is he going to give a crap like Darabont did? Yes, obviously he does, and I couldn't be happier. I really think season 3 is going to outshine everything we've seen so far. I'm thrilled.
I agree.
Something that the Shield had that the first season kind of lacked was that intensity. And if you really, that's what after having watched them a few times now, the episodes of the second season, that's what I really see with Mazzara taking over, is the intensity really being ratcheted up. We get the episode in Nebraska with the scene in the bar. We get with the little hints of the governor's guys. Maybe not. The pack of those guys. Things just got ratcheted up in the Mazzara reign, I guess you'd call it, as it were, as opposed to Frank Darabont, who just seemed, I don't want to say laconic, but almost like very much a more relaxed storytelling style, very much a movie-based storytelling style. It takes a long time to build its narrative. I think Mazzara, on the other hand, has more television sensibility and really brings the intensity.
I think you're right, Jim. I remember watching episodes of The Shield, and when they were done, I was just an emotional wreck because it was, to use your word, and the accurate word, it was so intense. There was so much tension in those episodes between people and the situations they were in.
Well, it started off with like the first episode was just like, did he just do that?
Right,
at the very end. I mean, that set the tone for the series to come.
By the way, I've not seen the last season of The Shield. It's in my Netflix feed, so do not spoil season 7 of The Shield for me, or I will hunt you down.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen
It
it.
becomes the thing.
No.
So while we wait for our next call, to get back to the video game a little bit, give everybody who hasn't played and doesn't know too much about it some background. In the game, you play as Lee Everett. You are a former, I believe it's University of Georgia professor in history and literature, I think, if I remember correctly. But you actually start the game in the back of the sheriff's car as you're being driven to prison for what appears to be either the murder of your wife and her lover, or just a lover. It's a little unclear at this point. You don't know whether you did it or whether you didn't, or whether it was self-defense or what. But you are in the back of the squad car going to the prison when, just to spoil the first 5 minutes of the game, when the car hits a zombie and careens off the road and you escape the fugitive style. So the rest of the game is you meeting up with survivors, trying to stay alive. It's some quick time events, some Mass Effect style dialogue choices only with a timer, like I mentioned earlier. Sometimes you can take as long as you want to make a decision. Other times you have 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds to very quickly decide what you're going to do to try to lie to somebody or try to persuade them to your way of thinking or hide your identity or whatever you try to do with this game. You have to make decisions about who's going to live or die at some point, or more like who you're going to save if 2 people are grabbed by a zombie at the same time. You're searching for resources, trying to figure out how to get in locked rooms. Your main companion for the game is I'll say 8 years old. I don't really know exactly the age. A young girl named Clementine who is separated from her parents. And you're trying to help her out. It's a really, really engaging game where you really have to embody this guy and decide how to survive. I really, really enjoyed it and look forward to the remaining episodes. And I'm not even calling chapters. I know a lot of people are. To me, this was an episode right down to the next time on Walking Dead, but just in the way I was engaged in it. This was like living through an episode of the show just with different characters.
What's the time, the playtime on that first episode?
2 to 3 hours, depending on how long it takes to figure out some of the puzzles and how many times you die.
Probably be 4 or 5 hours on my computer because of the lag.
Which you can adjust the graphics settings and stuff. I had it cranked up to full for a while on my Mac, and then at a certain point, I decided to ratchet it down a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, it's going to depend on how old your computer is for sure. But like I said, it's also available on Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network, so you have those options as well. And pretty reasonably priced. I think each episode is $5. You can get season passes for 20, and it's five episodes, so it's not bad at all. Believe me, as far as I'm concerned, it's worth the price.
You can get the whole thing for $20 ish.
Yeah. I think you can get a season pass for Mac, PC, or PlayStation 3. I don't know if Xbox Live has one yet, but presumably it'll be bundled at some point on there if it's not already.
I'm going to have to try it on the PS3 because, like I said, my laptop must not have the juice to run it. Do we know when season 3 is starting? Have we heard any kind of confirmation yet?
I think they've said vaguely October, which would match with the last 2 seasons, but we don't know for sure.
I saw on Twitter recently, Laurie Holden said that she was reading the script for episode 1 and she was thrilled to death with it.
Yeah, they've got to get started shooting pretty soon because
somebody posted
have 10 more episodes this season to get in the can.
Yeah, somebody posted on Facebook on our The Walking Dead page that Laurie Holden tweeted that they were starting filming this Monday. So that's either today or a week from today. I didn't check the date on the post, so it does look like they'll be starting soon if that's to be believed.
Cool.
How do you think do you think they're going to break it down into?
I think they've said as much. 8 episodes, then a break, then 8.
Nice. So does that mean, do we think it'll start earlier? Because the reason, or they kind of coincided the break with the Super Bowl and kind of the ramp up, I guess, the last playoff. So I wonder if we might even get an earlier start.
Maybe by a week or so.
Yeah.
It depends how the Sundays line up with the holidays this year.
Right.
Because it was what, the 16th last year when it started?
I think so. Yeah, it was definitely earlier than the year before. It was the whole Halloween tie-in, and so this year it was a couple weeks earlier.
Yeah, I seem to remember. I think it was the weekend of New York Comic Con, actually, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So I wonder if they're going to too. What AMC's been doing lately is their premieres are like double episodes. I know they kind of did that. I think it was a 90-minute premiere for season 2. So I wonder if we'll get like a double episode on the premiere. So it'd be like 7 weeks for 8 episodes.
Just real quick for what you were saying before, I'm reading on Comic Book Movie right now that Kirkman spoke with MTV News and confirmed that the Walking Dead begins filming its 3rd season this week. So.
But it'll definitely be nice because between season 1 and 2 we had a really long wait. Between season 2 and 3 we'll have a much shorter wait, and presumably because the season will be longer, we'll have an even shorter wait between 3 and 4.
Yeah. Well, you know what else is going to help between last season and this coming season is just something we've kind of already talked about, just this awesome summer movie season.
Absolutely.
Great things coming out.
Yeah, we got Dark Knight Rises, we have Avengers, we have The Amazing Spider-Man, Prometheus. I'm sure there's some others in there too. I know
Vampire
that
Hunter,
looks surprisingly fun. Yeah, Looper, definitely.
Expendables 2, G.I.
Joe.
Joe.
The new G.I. Joe, exactly.
Plus Breaking Bad starts up soon, season 5.
New Pixar film too this summer.
Oh yeah, Brave, that looks really good.
I'm a fan of the Pixar.
Oh yeah, so am I, Jim. There's another one. Write it down. I can't think of a Pixar movie that I haven't enjoyed.
Cars 2.
Yeah, that's the one. I didn't think it was near as good as the first one.
I didn't even watch it. It's the only Pixar film I haven't seen. Well,
Me too.
I've only seen half of Cars because I fell asleep. So, which I don't do ever in movies, but I still fell asleep in Cars.
What about some of the new action figures coming out? When do those second series of action figures come out?
Ooh, I'm not sure.
I think we've got. I think we get a Shane this time, and I can't remember if we get another Rick and 2 zombies or.
I think it's another Rick, Shane. It's like Rick in his undershirt, Shane in the open button-down shirt, the Well zombie.
Stu?
Yeah, Stu. And I'm looking up on my phone toys right now. I know there's another one for sure. There might even have been 5 in this next wave.
I don't know why I was thinking there were 3 zombies.
Well, that would make sense if there's 5.
Yeah, I could be wrong though.
Did you mention the RV zombie? Is that the one we're missing?
Yes, with the screwdriver through his eye.
Yes, that's the RV zombie. Wow, that Shane action figure looks really evil.
The McFarlane toy site still has Walking Dead Series 1 is coming soon in December 2011, so they're a little bit behind the times.
Well, McFarlane's so busy writing and drawing.
He's so busy counting that pile of cash that he has laying around.
Yeah, what is it? Isn't it the summer that's like the 20th anniversary of Spawn?
Yeah, yeah,
God, I'm so old if that's true.
yeah. It is.
I would have been 4 years old when it came out. How about that?
It was so funny because I never really got to Spawn the comic, but I ended up buying a lot of McFarlane toys over the years. The Monsters line he did, with the traditional like Dracula and Frankenstein all McFarlaned up. Those were really cool. The Twisted Fairy Tale, Clive Barker's Twisted Fairy Tales, and then just some of the Spawn figures were really cool too. But I never really followed the comic all that much.
I like the Halo figures too. They're pretty nice.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Did they do the Lost figures?
The ones that were kind of like inaction
Yeah,
figures.
McFarlane did those. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the John Locke figure where he's looking at the hatch, what you can see the window on the ground, and then I've got the Mr. Echo figure, and I've got the little mini diorama that has Hurley and Kate and John Locke looking at the hatch after it's been dug out or after they blew the lid off or something.
Right. Okay, I've got the toy list here, and it looks like it'll start coming out in September 2012. The Series 2, they're calling it Shane, Rick, Bicycle Girl Zombie, Well Zombie, and RV Zombie. Then Series 3, we've got Lori, Shane, Glenn, Swamp Zombie, Zombie Hunter, and Carl.
What's Zombie Hunter?
Says comes with removable stomach and woodchuck. So that was the one that they cut open when they were searching for Sophia.
Ah,
Is Swamp Zombie the one that Carl was messing with?
Yeah. And then Series 4, we have Dale, Andrea, Herschel, and Zombie Shane. And Series 5, we have Daryl Dixon, Carol, another Rick, Highway Zombie, comes with moving jaws and removable arrows. I'm not sure exactly which one that is. Michonne, Andrea, and Tyrese.
Tyrese.
It took him that long to get to Daryl Dixon.
No, they had Daryl Dixon in Series 1.
Oh right, I forgot about that.
Well, keep in mind, Brad, that the toy series go back and forth between comics and TV show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that's probably why there's 3 different chains here.
Yeah, that's right.
Two Andreas. Because, like, yeah, the Andrea in Series 5 comes with ride armor, so that's something from the comics. Yeah, exactly. Rick Grimes
Hey, guys.
in Series 5 has a removable part. I won't say what it is.
Hey guys, we're getting a call. Let me grab this.
All right.
Go ahead, caller. Thanks for calling the Walking Dead TV podcast. Who is this?
This is Meg.
Who is this?
Meg.
Mags?
Yeah.
Mags, like from Justified? Mags, the evil lady?
No, Meg, like MEGS.
I was just teasing. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
Good. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Texas.
Well, that's where I am.
Fancy
What's
that.
Texas? And Russell's in Texas.
Well, don't mess with Texas, babe.
That's right. What city are you calling from?
I'm calling from Commerce.
Russell, where's Commerce?
I don't know, where's Commerce?
Commerce is northeast of Dallas, about an hour.
Oh, okay.
See, you should have known that, Bradley.
Well, I never go northeast of Dallas.
Most people don't. Don't listen to cows.
So what's on your mind tonight?
Well, what's on my mind most nights, Mr. Daryl Dixon.
Oh boy, are you Dixon Dixon?
I am not, but I am a Rita Slut. I actually run the Rita Slut blog and Twitter, and that's how I found you guys.
Rock on. We're just talking about the... Oh, go ahead.
Rita is basically the best thing to ever exist.
Norman Reedus is?
Oh, yes.
We hear that a lot.
I imagine so.
What is it about him? I've never been able to figure it out.
Well, for one, I guess to me the best thing about him is just who he is. He's such a cool guy. He's just really great to his fans, and just I love all the art and films he makes himself. Plus, he's kind of hot, that helps.
Yeah, we did that phone interview with Norman. He was super nice. He could have been more gracious. He had an apartment full of his family there for the holidays, and he was walking around the streets talking to us on his cell phone. But he still, he was very gracious and hilarious and really nice guy.
He seems like just one of the nicest celebs out there. He's just really awesome to his fans.
Did you start watching the show because of him, or were you interested in it for other reasons?
I guess I started watching it originally for the zombies, but then I kind of fell out of watching it, and then when I realized I was in love with Norman Reedus, I had to pick up again.
So were you familiar with his like Boondock Saints before the show?
Oh, yes, definitely. Boondock Saints, Dark Harbor, Floating, all his really obscure films.
Blade 2?
What? Blade 2, yes, Dad. You know what I said.
What movie is that, Russ?
Blade 2. He was like
Blade.
Yeah,
Blade,
yeah. He was Whistler's replacement in Blade 2 to start with.
Oh, dang, I need to rewatch that. Then.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I've seen that.
Yeah, it was fun. He's a lot younger than that.
So, I assume that you've been listening to our podcast for a while then?
I've listened to a couple of them, yeah. I've kind of just been getting into the whole fandom of The Walking Dead online rather than just watching it myself.
Well, cool. What I was going to ask was, do you feel like yelling out loud at your iPod or whatever MP3 device you listen to us on whenever one of us complains about something that Norman Reedus or Daryl might do on the show?
No, I don't mind. Everybody, has their opinion, but as long as Daryl stays alive on the show, I really don't mind what anybody thinks about him because he's my baby.
I don't know.
What if he gets killed, but they keep the zombie around like as a mascot? Would that be okay?
I guess as long as he was still on the show, Norman was, I would be okay with that.
I don't know if you heard back a little bit ago when actually Norman and Sean Patrick Flannery were at South by Southwest. I was able to sit in and record their panel, their Boondock panel that we rebroadcast, and that was a lot of fun. So if you haven't caught all of our episodes, that one might be worth going back and checking out. It was a fun Q&A they did.
I will definitely check that out then because I love the boys.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was tough to edit because we had to bleep a lot of stuff out, and there are a couple things I had to cut because there's no getting around it. But it was a lot of fun. Sean Patrick Flannery is really funny because he was so engaging with the crowd and just so open to any question anybody would ask and just kind of ran right out and was getting right into it. So it was a lot of fun.
Sean is just as awesome as Norman. I know that I'm more than Norman fangirl, but they kind of go together. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
So what are your guys' favorite characters? If not Daryl Dixon, who should be your favorite character, by the way?
Let's see. Well, I really did enjoy most of Daryl's character this so far this show. As we've said before, some of the writing for him has been kind of wishy-washy. He'll be a whiny baby one minute, and then he'll be a cool badass the next minute. I'm really, once his sack dropped, Rick has really become my favorite character. This is the Rick I know and love from the book. And once Andrea stopped being a whiny baby and picked up a gun, then she's the girl I know from the book too. So I've been really happy with those guys.
I agree. I mean, I didn't like Andrea through most of the show until I guess the last episode. That she just kind of annoyed me. I don't know if you've watched Lost, but to me, she always had that Kate Austin mentality, and I always hated Kate so much.
Interesting. Yeah, we're all big Lost fans as well.
So, my whole life is devoted to Lost a while back, so Walking Dead kind of replacing that void.
Nice. Well, Lost is the greatest TV show that's ever been on television.
That is the truth.
Amen, sister.
and that, unsurprisingly, my love of Daryl Sawyer is my favorite.
Yeah, don't say.
Yeah, we've if memory serves, haven't we actually? I forget who it was. It was either I don't remember who it was. It was one of the other guys. I didn't make the connection, but I agree. Daryl's really been kind of the Sawyer of The Walking Dead.
He has. I love him all the time.
Including the nicknames.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Even short round.
Yeah.
That was his Sawyer nickname. Yeah, I mean, to me, The Walking Dead is not lost, nothing will ever be lost, but it's one of the best shows on right now, and it's killing me having to wait till October.
Well, you can get your fill by listening to our podcast. We're going to start doing some commentary episodes.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, we did commentary episodes for season 1 of The Walking Dead. And we're not gonna do all 13 episodes, right? We're gonna handpick half of them or so.
Yeah, there's a thread on the Facebook page where people can vote for which ones they want us to do, and we'll pick. I forget exactly how many we said, but a few of them from that list to do because there's just simply too many episodes to do in the shorter break this season.
I think it's a given that we'll do the first episode for sure.
Yeah.
We'll do the one where Shane breaks up in the barn. We'll do that one. We'll obviously do probably the biggest batch of them will be from the second half of the season.
Yeah, where it kind of is more exciting and less about Sophia.
Yeah. Right. Did you think they dragged out the Sophia thing too long, or were you happy with it?
I think they definitely dragged it out too long. I was happy with the way it resolved with her being in the barn, but I was like, there was too much of it focused on Sophia, in my opinion.
I think a lot of us, if not all of us on the phone, we kind of feel that way too.
Yeah, it's okay to get it. It's really sad if she's missing, but there are other things you can do besides walk around the woods shouting Sophia.
True.
Like at least the Search for Sophia, the Chupacabra episode with all the awesome Daryl stuff in it.
That was good one, guys. We might want to consider that one too.
Chupacabra's actually gotten a lot of votes on the thread already, so that might be one we do.
Yeah, very good, because that had some good brothers action in it. I like that one too.
I love the whole relationship between Daryl and Merle, and I hope that we get to see Merle in season 3.
Think there's gonna be fireworks when Merle shows back up? You think?
Definitely.
You think Daryl's kind of enjoying his new family, and you think maybe it's kind of replaced his brother?
I think it has, and I think that it's going to be, probably a conflict of interest for Daryl when Merle shows back up. If Sophie isn't very accepting, does Daryl go with his brother, or does he stay with his new family?
That will definitely be interesting to watch.
It will, for sure.
Is it Megs or Mags? I'm sorry, I confused myself. Megs?
With an E,
Yeah,
Brad.
Yeah, I like short for Megan.
Okay, thank you for calling, Megs. We really appreciate hearing you.
No problem at all. Thanks for talking to me.
Sure. All right, you have a good evening.
You too.
Good
Bye.
night.
Bye. Megs. I wrote down Megs.
So you think that would be too much of a Texas bias if Megs ends up winning the impromptu contest?
I don't know. She's a girl.
She didn't have the cutest voice so far.
Yeah, she did.
But the guy sending her the prize is in Texas.
Yeah.
That would cut down on his postage quite a
It
bit.
sure would.
Sorry, Callum.
Could have just jumped in right in there and said, hey, do you have a season 1 Blu-ray? We could call that number right back and see if she picks it up.
I'll reach out. Yeah, I think unfortunately for Callum, I think that the Blu-ray is region coded.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that too.
Yeah, and he mentioned he already had it, so I think that would kind of defeat the purpose. But yeah, it's region 1. So sorry, Callum.
What region is Australia? I really wish I could do an Australian
It's
accent.
region 4, but that's not the
So do we,
MVPs.
Brad. So do we.
Yeah, thanks. It's so refreshing to hear somebody else say that Lost was the best TV show ever. Really.
You'll get no argument from me on that one.
I can't make a judgment about it, so
You haven't seen it yet?
I have not seen it yet.
Oh man. Well, you know what? I haven't seen Mad Men or Breaking Bad either, so
I'm only like on season 2 of Mad Men because I'm watching it with my wife, and so I have to watch it with her.
Last night's episode was so good.
But I'm totally caught up on Breaking Bad because I love that.
If
Even
you,
last week's episode of Mad Men, Roger dropped acid.
I,
And you can just imagine how awesome that is.
Wow.
I didn't really like that episode very much, and I know they've done other ones like that where they've taken an event and basically split it up into 3, told it from the 3 perspectives of what's going on. But I
It
don't
was
know.
very much. It was like Pulp Fiction meets 2001: Space Odyssey for me.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it that much. I like the Roger story because the more Roger, the better. But Slattery is just awesome. But yeah, the other 2 pieces I wasn't that impressed with. But if we're short an episode for the season before we get done from the break, maybe we could do a Breaking Mad part 2.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
I'll be up for half of that. I don't know if I'll be caught up on Mad Men by then, but I like Mad Men. It's just that, like I said, I have to. My wife has to be home, and usually we have other shows that are prioritized right now over that Game of Thrones. So I mean, we do actually sit down and watch something together. That's what we are watching right now. So.
Or maybe we do a show, Jordan, called The Mad Killing. Because
See, my wife watches The Killing and has tried to get me to watch it, and I've yet to.
I think it's just now starting to pick up, like it's starting to move. But I don't know, Jordan, you tell me, did it seem like really slow to start?
It's a show that's much better watched in chunks.
Yeah, I agree. 'Cause that's how I watched season 1. But it just
I mean, it's certainly not as good as Breaking Bad or Mad Men, but I enjoy it.
I do too. I mean, I do enjoy it. And I think part of it's kind of hindered by the fact that it takes place in quote real time. Meaning each episode is a full day.
Right.
So I think it just kind of hinders the storytelling. But I thought this last episode was the one that aired last night was really good. And I think from here moving on, I think this last half is gonna move pretty solidly. So
Yeah, I've seen an episode here and there, but not enough to really say I've watched it. But my wife is a avid fan, and I'll probably end up watching it with her.
So I want to thank everybody who called in tonight. That was really awesome to talk to everybody. I think that's going to be our show for this week. You can still leave us a voicemail though at 516-468-7912 anytime you want, or email us a comments at walkingdeadtv.com. Don't forget, like Brad already mentioned earlier, you can check out all the shows on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/walkingdeadtvpodcast. We got con videos, these episodes, contests, and more. Don't forget to check out hhwlod.com for all the great shows like Half Hour Waste with Brad, Legion of Dudes with the rest of us, DKD Black Box, out now with Aaron and Nate, Aaron called earlier, and keep an eye out for the less regular shows like Media Minutes, Tech Dudes, and all the other cool stuff there. And all those shows have Facebook accounts as well. Don't forget to check out forumforgeeks.com, our forum to discuss this show as well as many, many others, and follow us on Twitter at WDTV Podcast and at HHWLOD_network. It's been so long, I don't even know if I can remember, but so until there's no more room in hell and dead walk the earth, remember. I can't wait, season 3. Have a good week, everybody.
I flicked the wrong knob when that's what she said. When I was doing that, I'm sorry, Jim. Can you repeat that? I apologize.
The one that counts.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, Brad, because I just did a commentary track on that movie with Aaron and Nate from Out Now. It just went up on the website, hhwlod.com.
You don't have to plug right now, Jim. I'm probably going to cut most of this stuff.
Yeah,
That's okay. I just thought,
Do you just insert hhwlod.com in regular conversations all the time?
No,
He's
but
always
I
taking
just spent 2 hours talking about the Incredible Hulk on Out Now, and
I finally picked it up on Blu-ray.
Wrap it up then?
Yeah, it's almost 10. Yeah,
You mean it's almost 11 in real time.
for 2 out of 4 cast members, it is
For
almost 10
50% of us.
It's almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah, but for 50% of us, it's already past 10 o'clock.
Hmm.
Math.